Hello. We just got back from seeing the 50-year anniversary re-release of 2001: A Space Odyssey. We've both seen the film several times, but it was your first time seeing it at the cinema, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
I'd seen it at the cinema once before in, I think, 2013, 2014.
And it was my first time seeing it.
Oh, and Logan's here, and it was his
Yes.
first time seeing it. Right, what did you... Okay, first and foremost, before we talk about our thoughts on the actual film itself, what did you think of the re-release of 2001? How did you find, watching it on a good quality print on the big screen? How did you find it?
It was absolutely flawless, genuinely. I was blown away by how great it looked on screen. It was... You could see everything.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
I was picking out little details. Both times I've seen it at the cinema, I've picked out details that you just don't notice on home video, even on a good quality TV with Blu-ray, particularly in the miniature effects and the way they've got little windows with people inside and things like that. The special effects, I mean, most of them have aged extraordinarily well.
Yeah.
I mean, one or two look a bit dated, but some of this stuff, especially with like the fact they shot in 70mm as well, some of these special effects and just in terms of like the quality of the print, some of it looks like they shot it last week.
Yeah.
You can't believe this movie came out a year before the moon landing.
Mm-hmm.
It's got better special effects than the first Star Wars movie, and you think, how?
It apparently had 205 special effects shots in the film, as opposed to A New Hope, that had about that had slightly more. Had 366.
But even so, I mean, from 1968,
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't seen the film and you're thinking, "Oh, I'll watch it eventually," this is the way to see it. Go and see it now that it's playing for its 50-year anniversary.
Yeah.
This is the way to see this film, is on the big screen. This is a great print of the film. It's a transfer of the one that went to Cannes, the premiered at Cannes this year. It's an extraordinary print of the film. Mm-hmm. If you never saw 2001: A Space Odyssey, I'll tell you a little bit about it. It's a great movie. It's the only thing modern audiences might find it a little slow, because it has got a very slow pace to it. But if you can get past that, it is absolutely brilliant. Genre-wise, it's an interesting movie because it's not just sci-fi, is it? It's a film that's about everything. Goes right through the dawn of man to its next stage in evolution. But in many ways, it kind of feels like a horror movie. You've got HAL 9000, who's arguably the best, movie villain of all time, certainly in the top 5. Mm-hmm. You got
with Douglas Rains' voice.
Yeah, he's just so scary, and it's just like a red dot, and that's the whole character, and just this disembodied voice, and it's super creepy.
And he's also the most expressive. He's also the most expressive, considering he is in fact a machine.
Yeah, and he's far more expressive than the human characters. Mm-hmm. There are things about it that are just super unique. If you haven't seen the movie, I could spend hours and hours and hours talking about 2001: Space Odyssey. I'm not going to waste your time. To say if you haven't seen the movie, it's a real visionary film. As film fans, we use the word visionary a lot. Kubrick was somebody with vision. I mean, this movie looks, sounds, and feels like no film you've ever seen. Mm-hmm. Like some of the color schemes and like the parts, zero gravity. And again, the zero gravity stuff looks. I was convinced. You know what I mean? It looks real. And again, this movie came out a year before the moon landing happened. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Just to give it some context. And yet the zero gravity stuff looks real. The model effects look real. And you get these the shot where he goes into the main sort of computer center. To shut everything down. It's just gorgeous. Like all this film stuff, and of course the Stargate sequence, and all the stuff that happens, on Earth at the beginning, and the stuff that happens on the moon, the Jupiter stuff. If you'll excuse the bad pun, because it's a movie set in space, this film has got a lot of atmosphere. It's got this really thick sense of mystery and of dread that just runs right through the whole thing. Right down to this that classical music that plays when you first see the USS Discovery, and you see Frank doing his training in the morning, and it just has this really kind of uneasy feeling, which is a nice contrast to the kind of really lovely balletic scene of the ship sort of docking with the space station to the Blue Danube. Mm-hmm. It's just the music's all fantastic. I don't know who does the sort of weird overture music. I think it might be Penderecki, maybe. I don't know, but the use of Johann Strauss and that other guy whose name is Strauss but isn't Johann Strauss. There's some really great use of music in the film. Yeah, if you're one of the 10 people in the civilized world that never saw this movie, go and watch it now. It's only out for a limited time. You absolutely should go and see it. It's a complete recommendation from both of us.
Yes, completely 10 out of 10.
Yeah. Logan, as a small child who saw the movie for the first time, you sort of represent the modern audience. What did you think of 2001: A Space Odyssey?
I loved it.
There you go.
And the only previous part I saw was when he was like going to the edge of the universe.
You thought it was creepy?
Yeah.
Okay, so be advised, small children might find the film a bit scary.
Yeah.
All right.
The universal for all is it's a guideline. It's not a rule.
That's a strange face I'm making. Go and see the film. Even if you've seen it before on home video, you'll see things you never saw before in the special effects, the sound design. My one criticism, but it's not with the film, it's of the cinema I saw it in, so be careful what time you go and see it, is the scenes that are very quiet. For example, some of the stuff in outer space, there's literally no sound, or all you can hear is the astronauts breathing and that kind of stuff, because there's no sound in space. I could hear what was being played on the screen next door.
Yeah.
So don't go in the movies. The movie theater's like super busy and full of different movies that are going. But yeah, it's great. It's a masterpiece. One of the best films ever made.
Yep.
And it's only improved by seeing it on a big screen.
Yep.
Peace.